I'm really hoping, well, of course there's a problem, but I'm really hoping that the Sicilian Tiger does well. Not only to keep the mob happy, right, to keep Alberto happy, but because we sunk a ton of money into it. Now, I mean, we got $1 million for doing it, but still, like, we need to see some ROI on this. Scouting office is done. This means we can get better locations. What's going on here? We have a problem. In bed with the mob. This is our comedy, right? This is kind of like a cheeky comedy. All right. I knew this was gonna happen. Oh no! Okay, so last time, if you guys didn't see it, and if you didn't see it, go back and watch it. What are you doing here? But last time, our director, James, was like, hey, I can't get this scene the way that I want it. It doesn't look realistic enough. The extras just aren't really committing to their craft. And I, as the studio head, was like, well, why don't you just... why don't you just pistol whip him for real? Oh, golly. That decision came back to bite us immediately. All right, the extra who got pistol whipped on set is demanding compensation for their injury. Okay, we don't have any security on this set. You know, yeah, we're gonna have to take some of our secret or slush fund cash, and we're gonna have to pay the man. I mean, he deserves to get paid. He took it like a champ, and James got his vision in a very Stanley Kubrick way. So there you go, $3,500. Makes sense. All right, an endless candle. What is this film? It's our comedy drama, detective romance, modern American city, hopeless romantic. Film score, popcorn score goes up, artistic goes up. Love to see it. Get some experience. Leslie got capped out of 5. Unfortunate. We just upgraded your contract. Come on, man. Okay. Happiness to the crew helped. We had to stop filming. Usual type problems. Usual type problems. We'll get this into post. Carmen, it's going to be you. This is going to drop the film, obviously, but what can you do? Now, we don't have any composers. Oh no. Adam is expensive. Right? He's $17,000 a month. But he's better than what we currently have. Right? If we were to go to, can we see our studio here? No. Okay. But he's better than what we currently have. We can't negotiate this. This is the terms. But you know, so he's better than Lewis. He's better than Lee. Like, this is a solid investment. If he doesn't become capped out, we could have a composer that could be, you know, phenomenal. That we could do for our more artistic films later on down the road. He's also an addict, which, you know, we can do things to help with that. Maybe we start going down illegal gifts. Right? I would like to get our concert hall, so that way we can do this ourselves, and this will be free-ish, right? But yeah, an endless candle. Go ahead. The Lost City of Raoul. This is available for us. This is our... It's been a day since recording, guys. I've been recording these in batches, so I'm trying to catch up. This is a thriller detective on a tropical island. It's our kind of Lovecraftian inspired. It's just it's just one of those movies, right? We just need to keep putting out movies so we can keep making money. The mob isn't always going to give us $1 million, but you know, everyone helped this film. Everyone helped this film, so that's good. We'll start filming 8 days a week, or 5 days a week, 8 hours a day. It's going to take 116 days on location, because I think we're shooting on an island with this. We're doing some more location filming. Rose is back from her vacation. That's good. Okay. Are we building? We're building our concert hall. Good. All right. Is there anything that we haven't built yet? We could build engineering at this point where we could research film technology. Right now we can just buy film technology. What we could do though, we have two spots available. So if we were to start construction on another soundstage here, I don't hate that right there. Or we could go over here too. I think I like this better. This is more in line. We'll go right like this. Let's do that. We'll do Willis Brothers so it has a better condition, because we want this to make sure that there's a good opportunity there. A2, this is A1, so this is A3. So we don't really need this one at the moment. Right? We don't... I mean, I guess it would cost us money. But we could get another soundstage in here. We could get a better one, like a 2. So we could upgrade. We'll keep it for now. Okay, what else were we gonna do? What were we going to do? So, see, some of the condition on this is starting to slip. Like, our tech support is below 47%. Let's send our repair teams out here. Until tech support is repaired, you won't be able to buy image and sound technology. It'll take 28 days, get us up to 100%, and $21,000. That's fine. I don't want it to get under a condition where it's becoming like our film lab, for example. But we have movies coming out, so I don't really want to cut off our ability to print film. Same thing with like our story workshop. Maintenance doesn't ever have any problems. They just take care of their own, which is good. Now, let's go into theater management. Okay. So if we go to cinemas, nice, here we go. All right, general information, shows per day per cinema is 5. Shows per day in all cinemas is 455. All right. Shows per week per cinema is 35. Shows per week in all cinemas, 3,185. Monthly maintenance. So we do pay maintenance on our cinemas. It's $200 a month. And, well, that comes out to $18,200. So all of our cinemas, $200 comes out to this. There is 1,051 independent cinemas in North America, and 358 are competitor owns, with Gernstein Brothers owning the most. So if we were to go in here, nice. Okay, cool. So we have 91 cinemas. You know, let's get more. I want to be able to show more of our movies. Screenings after purchasing theaters will go from 455 to 540. I mean, what's stopping me from going like... Do we want to spend $1 million on this? Could we make that back? Maybe we start with like $500,000. We're gonna do $500,000 in cinema. Yeah, we'll do 110. So let's buy some more of those. That's gonna cost us, $570,000. Confirm. But we should have now. We should have. Well, we're in 3rd place. We have 110. That kind of puts us in 3rd place. This will allow us to show more movies without having to pay the exorbitant rate of going from an independent. Right? We wanna be the monopoly guy. Okay. Enthusiastic newbies. Employees boost their happiness and loyalty when they're hired. It's good. What does positive attitude do? Employee happiness won't drop when their loyalty falls below 10. After a film's release, everyone who participated will receive a happiness boost. Oh, I kind of like that, actually. Or we could go with ethnic composition, maintain the ethnic composition of the studio's staff, which would lead us to be able to mothball buildings. We could get some extra help from people who might not have their green card yet. Maybe you know, this is 1932, right? So maybe that would make filming with extras a little cheaper. Sorry, I had to grab a drink of coffee there. Okay, I like this. I like this one. It's gonna take a very long time. But if we get started on that, anyone who works on a film will be happy. That means we can spend less on things like services and stuff like that. We have 157 days to release the Sicilian Tiger. There's 3 days left in film on that. That's an 8.6. Okay, Jacob Birth is ready. This is our, you know, let's not call it Jason Bourne, but it's Jason Bourne. My God, it's Jason Bourne. See, post is really hurting us. This is still a good movie. But we need to get this part better. You know, Emma's trying her best, but she's a 4.6. Lewis is trying his best, but he's a 4.3. So, yeah, I like this one. Jacob Birth distribution. Now we should have more theaters to play with here, right? We do. A saber in the sleeve is what we'd be competing with. Let's not compete with anyone if we can help it. Let's just have, you know, if people want to see a movie, they got to come to our movie. So we're going to turn this down to 0, 0. This feels like it's the same though, isn't it? Doesn't this feel like the same? 3,850? 15,400 screenings? And I did figure out what this slot is down here. There's a building that we can buy that will allow us to print these copies. We need to research that too. That's weird. This feels very, I don't know if anything updated. We just spent $500,000 on... We just spent $500,000 on, you know, purchasing theaters, so I don't quite know why we haven't got our benefit from that yet. We're going to go with young guys here. This is a young guy film. This is an action movie. Billboards work well with action movies. We'll do maybe newspaper and... we could do radio. So we're making more expensive films, with the hope that we make more in the long run. You have to spend money to make money. But that is super weird though, right? Hold on, let's pause this. 110. All right, if you guys saw this number, yeah, this was more because it was 400 something in the past, right? And this is more expensive, obviously. So yeah, this is a little bit more. It just doesn't seem like it's a huge increase. But if you guys know that exact number, go ahead and you can leave it in the comments. Leave it in the comments. Let me know. Perfect. The Sicilian Tiger. Nice. Let's see how much money we spent on this bad boy. All right. So far we've put in $500,000 on it. It drops down considerably. Oh my goodness. You hate to see it. Like, we need to get better in post. We just didn't have the right people. We didn't have Emma available. We didn't have, I should have hired someone else, but what are we going to do? I love this poster. This is fantastic. And this ties right in with the story. Remember, he has to go save his beloved, and the guys come to the house, and they shoot everything out. He has that improbable shot. Yeah, this is good. I like it. This is good, too, actually. This has kind of got that classic James Bond feel where you have the villain up front, and then you have your main character, Alberto Conti, in the back with his love interest. This is a little busy, I admit. But I like it. It's good. It gives me like South by Southwest vibes. Okay. Now, I don't want to compete with our own film. I mean, I guess we really wouldn't be until the tail end of it, until week 4. Or, because do we want to extend the distribution of Jacob Birth? But then we don't have anything playing here. Can I? I can't change this, huh? I mean, I guess we could rent theaters for this week. Start with our own theaters. And then if we rented, you know, let's call it 3,000 screenings here. Well, we'd want to be what we could do in our theaters, right? So let's call it like that. Like that. So an additional 70,000. I mean, we've already spent $500,000 on this, but you know, Alberto came to us and he said, "I'm gonna make you an offer you can't refuse, right?" He gave us $1 million to make this film, just straight up. So I'm okay with spending, you know, $600,000 or more, things like that. You know, I'm okay with spending even $1 million or more because it wasn't my money; it was his money. This is his movie, and I'm gonna reap the benefits of it. Though I'm not in a contract with him or anything like that. I don't have to pay him on the back end. You know, so let's see what maybe this can do. Go here. Oh. Alright. This auto defaults to 1, which is, I mean, yeah, I guess we might as well put it in our one theater that we have available there. I don't like how this auto defaults to 1. This should default to 0. Another 35,000. I mean, that's an extra, you know, we're looking at an extra $100,000 on this movie. This movie could bankrupt. I mean, this movie could legitimately bankrupt us. It could legitimately bankrupt us. Okay, mob movie. We're gonna go here, 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 here. Intelligent and sophisticated man with a twist. Theater, cinema, hunting cars. Elaborately written that only the most sophisticated readers can understand them. I mean, you know what, dude? We are all in on this film. We're all in. The Sicilian Tiger, this is going to make National Baboon. Fingers crossed. One can hope. Production department. Okay, so we have production support. People can help when we are out on location, which I like. We have high-level services. We have soundstage level 3. We can do auxiliary film crew. Emergency staff, flexible schedules. Double XP for directors, actors, and cinematographers. That's, you know, that's not bad. That's how we get better employees. What does auxiliary film crew do? We can hire auxiliary film crew to speed up the work of a film. Yeah, let's grab that. Remember, always be researching. Oops. Okay. Jacob Birth is getting ready to go to distribution. We have not another cop movie coming down. Our guys are looking for more story or elements. Is there any writers at the moment who are not doing anything? Bernard isn't doing anything. Bernard, I'm going to have you go and try to find more protagonists, please. Can you do that? I would have you write a comedy, but... Alright, an endless scandal. Oh, construction complete. Okay, so we have our concert hall. It's good. Let's see. concert halls are usually named after like composers and musicians and stuff like that. So the the Ramones Ballroom Blitz. Perfect. It's going to be our concert hall. All right. Endless Candle is ready to go here. 20,000. We really need to make post better. We got to get a way of making post better. You know, but I mean, our editor was a 1.8, and our composer is a 5.9. So, no, I don't know what you're gonna do here. Go to distribution. You know, we'll go back a few. This one isn't. We're not renting anything. Here. We don't need to rush it. It's all good. And, you know, we'll start advertising right here. I don't think we have to give it much advertising. Can I see what this movie is? It's a comedy, drama, detective, romance. What a weird combination. Who greenlit this? Oh wait, it was me. We'll go radio, magazine, newspaper. All right, and that's gonna put us, you know, under that $2 million mark. But we have 3 movies that are about to come out in the next couple months. Not Another Cop movie. It's a very good script. Comes out at a 6.7. Is this Felix? Yeah, Felix is the man. We gotta make sure that we get him a watch. But we have a cop, criminal mastermind, damsel in distress, femme fatale, shootout, the antagonist gets punished. This is just your classic cop movie fare. Right? Our cinematographer on this one, I'm gonna renew Jimmy's contract. So we might as well use him while we can. He's modest. And, oh well, he doesn't like people who are un-American. Jimmy. Yeah, I mean, we'll give it the soundstage. It's fun. We could do city streets. See, now we have better location because we have location scouting. We could do city interiors. Nice. We'll do the movie theater 2, station 2, hotel 2, hospital, you know, 2. Like it. 128,000, 117 days. That's still within his contract. If we have to upgrade it at that point, we will, because I want to keep him. He's good. He's on soundstage C1, which is our level 2 soundstage. Filming technology, we're going to use our better camera. We're going to use our better sound. You know, at this point, like, we can give you the extras, we can give you the props, we can give you the crew. This should help things out, you know? It's $400,000 to get things started, but for producers, you know, our good producers are, well, our best producer is currently busy working on the Sicilian Tiger. So we got David here. I'll probably want to grab him. Directors, we have 1 movie left with Sisman, but we have 169 days with Eddie, so let's grab Eddie. Our cop, we have 1 movie left. A lot of these guys have 1 movie left. So Michael Allen is a rising star. He just went into Sicilian Tiger. So, you know, why don't we give this Not Another Cop movie best chance of success? This no longer affects the number of viewers because enough time has passed. Oh. So maybe we're pairing this up wrong. Maybe I was matching this and being like, oh, hey, he's worked in this before. He'll be fine at it. Interesting. He could be a 48-year-old cop. I like it. Damsel in distress. We could go with... We'll go with Rose, because she has time left on her contract. She was just recently a damsel in distress, though. She was a love interest. She's been in thriller, romance. I mean, damsel in distress, we want her to be pretty likable. We want her to be in there. We could go Cleo here. Yeah, we'll go Cleo, and then for the femme fatale, we'll go Rose, and then for the criminal mastermind, he was a detective, he's been in action, he's been a cop, he's been a hopeless romantic. Yeah, we'll give him that. We'll give him a chance as a criminal mastermind. He hasn't, it's not a role that he's really known for, so maybe the audience would appreciate it more. Okay, 399,000, 116 days, not another cop movie. Accepted. Go. Alright. We have another building here. What do we have? We have production support. Makes the film crew more comfortable, on location, shoots. Okay. Is now the time to grab this? Maybe. Why don't we put this back here? So it was like 21,000 to repair a building. And it brings it up to 100%. So this is better because that would only be what, 55,000 opposed to 74,000. This only comes in at 75%. So there's no reason to build these cheaper especially if we're just going to go ahead and repair them, right? Okay, we have another soundstage. We have an odd naming convention on this. We skipped B entirely. Oops. Okay, Prohibition kills 10,000 Americans was a headline in the morning newspaper across the country. A leaked document from the Public Health Service exposed the rampant scale of poisoning from low-quality alcohol. Journalists believe that the number of victims could be many times higher than reported. Yeah, Prohibition is bad. I agree. Having better campaigns to help people drink in moderation is better than telling people that they can't drink at all. Prohibition in any form has never worked. But I'm going to step down from my high horse. Protection from police raids. You don't say. Well, you cost me a very expensive dinner with one of my actors, so let's turn that back on. Alright, anything else that we can do? We could threaten, we could beaten, we could murder someone. Not gonna do that just yet. I have a ton of good standing with the mayor, so we might as well do one of his parties. Get some influence. Nice. We're 2,000 plus influence. I like that. The DA, you know, he's doing things. I don't quite get this, right? The district attorney organizes a charity dinner at his home. The people who attend are prepared to spend a significant amount of their time and money on building something for America. Admission is $20,000. And we lose experience points with him, or we gain goodwill points, and it costs us $20,000. But like, this would give us more, and it doesn't cost me $20,000. Well, I mean, it cost me 10% of my annual profits. We're definitely not doing that. You know, anti-crime. This is like back in the day, in the early 2000s, when you'd go to a movie theater and it's like, you wouldn't steal a car. You wouldn't steal a purse. Pirating is wrong. Like, it's this type of ad that's going to be in front of the movie. We did this for the mayor to tout his accomplishments. So, you know, we could do this too. You know, stealing is wrong. Don't tell falsehoods. Like, you know, just sit there and it's paid I don't want to use the word propaganda because that's not what it's up. Jeff, $300 a month. You are head of services. You're level 3. You're very happy. Yeah, we're keeping you up. I mean, it's not propaganda, but it is propaganda, right? It's like Dare. You know, it's trying to make people have better choices and using the vehicle of film to be able to do that. There's no TV in 1932. There's just the radio and movies and newspaper. If you want something to do, you know, you're out there in the woods having a good time, or out there in the city, you know, but if you wanted to escape from reality, you read a book or you go to the cinema. So it makes sense that these political groups and stuff like that would want to capture their audience where they're at. That's the same thing that we're trying to do. Finally, we found a new setting. All right, good. Modern American countryside. Oh, we can do like farm stories. Modern farm stories. Chris, do that again. Sicilian Tiger. Go. Alberto, what can I do for you, sir? The grandchildren never took their eyes off the screen. Now I can die. Well, hopefully not. I have uses for you later, man. Like, he's very excited. His movie was very good. I can search for blackmail material. I could withdraw money from the studio account as cash. You know, we're not hurting right there. I need more money. We've slipped below $1 million. I mean, this might bankrupt us. Bone Grinder hates it. That's not a surprise. The film's big twist is obvious within 2 minutes. Yeah, I mean, my people didn't write it, okay? I had a mob boss write it for me. Homer is a level 3. What department is Homer? You don't have anything here. So why don't we just attach a 1% studio? He's head of distribution. Anyone get really good experience on this? Yeah, some. Homer, level up. Do this. We've spent almost $1 million on this film. So far from the Don's money, we have made we've made $44,057. You know. Alright. Maybe the audience will love it. I want to see, if we could see this number go up in the first week, we would know that we'd be on the right track. Production department. We have production support. Hopefully that helps with on-location shooting. You're hard. You didn't find anything. You're also not the best writer. I really want more story elements. Okay? But what we could do here is to try to get... Maybe you're not finding anything because you just don't have a ton of experience. So if we go here and we go... Drama, Modern American City, Hopeless Romantic, Detective, Fantasy Kingdom Cop, that's silly. Adventure, Tropical Island with a cop. Maybe we could do something like that. Ear Hurt, why don't you try your hand at writing this just to get some more experience. Alright. Go. Arthur is capped out. Alright. Well, I mean, he didn't find anything, you know? That's fine. But I think we're only paying him $100 a month or whatever it is, so try it again. You have a 1 out of 10 chance. Need a little bit of RNG on our side there. Another cop movie. Film goes down. We're also part of the Film Studios Alliance. I didn't have a choice in that matter. So if we have craft services here, um, how does this improve? Does this improve the quality of the film? Because the cast gets happier. I mean, it's gonna add more money in a time when we don't have a lot of money. We'll provide lunch. Okay, come on, Sicilian Tiger. It is week 3. I need you to start making some serious money here. LA's Mayor Fred Carpenter held a 90-minute press conference discussing his plans for his next term. He promised to deal with the poverty and reduce unemployment. Carpenter also commented on the attacks of his chief rival, Richard Stripes. There's some fella named Tripe, or Strop, trying to accuse me of turning our beloved LA into something terrible, and he and his goon squad were seen beating people up in Skid Row with no cause. We're talking women and children. Believe me, if someone like that gets to power, anything could happen. Even civil war, this is no joke. Fred, let's tone down the rhetoric. The mayor also mentions the record number of donations he managed to collect from his election campaign. My friends support me. I don't want to name names. I'll just say there are people who share my values. They know that it's a fair person who knows how to be grateful. So Fred is... Okay, we paid into his election campaign. Fred is corrupt. He's using kind of populist language to secure his position as mayor. He's using that fear-mongering tactic. But he's our level of corrupt, right? He will help us get better at what we need. And if we need influence, he is the only man right now that we can reliably generate it on, which will allow us to do things that we need. We're going to stay in our lane. We're going to leave politics on the side, right? Whether that's here or in the comments, whatever. But that's part of the game. We have to make friends with these people. We have to make connections with these people. And Fred, to me, is the lesser of two evils. The DA wants to push an agenda that is going to ultimately, I feel, lead to him telling me what movies I can make. And I don't want that. Plain and simple. I don't want anyone telling me what kind of movies I can make. Jacob Birth. Oh my god, that's Jacob Birth. Okay. Finally, in week 3, the Sicilian Tiger is making a profit. Bone Grinder hates it. I hope we can find out who Bone Grinder is. Herman. Let's go with speed up for influence. All right. I mean, these were some expensive movies, right? The Sicilian Tiger made a bit of a profit, so we made our money back. This isn't going to be the blockbuster type earnings that we need. You know? But we're still at 96%, and we rented these studios. So, if we were to set up distribution here... And I can't move this, huh? But I mean, I don't know. How much do we... I'm just gonna see what happens here, guys. This could be GG's. Right? I mean, this straight up could be GG's. I don't know. Well, we're back over 1 million. We're back over 1 million, right? I think we spent $500,000 to get more studios, or theaters. You know, we have 3 movies that are going to be happening really close together, and we're only really relying on our own theaters instead of renting theaters. So maybe I need to start spending money to rent theaters because it'll give us more. We need the opportunity for more people to go see it. So either we buy more theaters here, either we go and we purchase more cinemas, which, you know, there's some left. We could do that. We could, you know, we made $500,000 so far. So, you know, why don't we go ahead and say, like, hey, let's grab let's grab 500,000 more. That will give us 635 screenings opposed to 550. You know, it's a difference of 85. So let's do that. Right? Let's invest our money. Let's invest our money into our movies. Okay. Jacob Birth. Again, we have really good attendance rates. But if we take a look here, the Sicilian Tiger or Endless Candle is taking up our spots. So, you know, maybe we go like this. I don't know, like we'll go 1,500 here. And we'll go to 800. 400, you know, and the rest will be in the last week. That will be at our theaters. All right. So week 8, Sicilian Tiger's has made $721,000 for us. Jacob Birth in week 5 has made $567,000. So that's going to put us in another $1 million in the bank. An Endless Candle. I don't know. Love burns at both ends. You know, so now we have 8%. We had 3,851 screenings. So 8% of that. So 10% would be what? 385 screenings. You know, so we're looking at maybe 200 showings. I mean, we could say, hey, we've spent $1 million. We've made $748. That's putting us back in the black. Let's call it a win. Let's call it a win there. Now this is week 8. This will open us up. We'll send it to archives. It was a profitable film. My contract has expired. I'd be happy to keep working together, assuming you're interested, of course. You know, he is expensive, but he's an 8 professionalism. 2 movies for $83,000. I think we can grab you again, Charlie, if we need you, but you know, that's fine. Okay, let's get Endless Candle out here. Gonna mark as a B-. Oh, you absolute bastard. No girl or woman should ever have to watch this. It's impossible to tear your eyes away from Lewis Tanner, even in such a mediocre film. So Jeanette is like, ooh, the only thing that makes this good is the actor. And that's why no lady should watch it, because it'll give her unpure thoughts. Well, Jeanette, wait till you see what I have cooking. Cool. Good. Jacob Birth is still doing well. We have a Saber in the Sleeve. Didn't someone just release that film? I saw that on the calendar. Sometimes the game does it where it's like, oh hey, here's a name. Who's not working at the moment? Helix isn't. Whoa. You have fulfilled all the requirements for upgrading the HES Pro 35. You can now access a new technology, the HES Pro 35 Extra. A film shooting period exceeding 100 days. 5 films shot with the HES Pro imaging technology. Do we get this for free? Alright, that's kind of interesting. Felix, I could have you working on another, quality action movie. What do we have? Do we have anything that would suit your taste? No. Do we have anything here that we could work on? So give me a shoulder. We got to clear this out. I'm not trying to do 2.0s anymore. Or, whatever. Dead Men Tell No Tales. That is our daring adventure. It's a big cast. Protagonist finds the treasure. We have a pirate. We have a sidekick. Damsel in distress. Why don't we just make this? Let's just make this. Cinematographer. See, these guys only have 70 days left on their contract. I don't know how we're going to be able to extend that. I mean, let's see what we can do. We'll give him a better soundstage. Oh, why can't I? Okay, so that's weird. What we might have to do there is we might have to wait until we can upgrade his contract. In Bed with the Mob is our kind of cheeky comedy action movie. Our filming is doing really well. Our actors are doing well, things like that. It's where we're going to take a hit is where we get to post-production. Wilson leveled up, but he's capped. Quality of the film increased. It's because I put an extra through a little bit of hell. Do we have a better editor at this point? No. It was interesting. In the beginning, most of the editors were female. Yeah, composers. This is a pretty good film. So, Adam, give your hand at that. Do our own film studio. Yes, we can finally do our own music. See? Okay, this is going to save us a ton of money. Look at this. We still have to pay $22,000 for this, though. Why? All right, well, I hope you guys are still enjoying. We're going to figure out a few things here in terms of what we need to do and what direction we have to go down. I think getting more movies out there is going to help us. We're back up into the 2 million mark. We're chugging along. We're getting movies out there. We've made friends with the mob. We've made friends with the mayor, the police, things like that. We have our own concert hall. We're pretty fleshed out here to start going down a path where we can making the creative movies that we want to make, as long as the FSA doesn't get in our way, or the DEA, but I'm sure we'll be experiencing those events in the future. So we'll call it apart here. If you guys saw the video, like the video, and if you did give it a like, consider subscribing. It really helps out. I love making this content. I'm having a great time with Holiday Animal. I hope you are too. I will catch you all in the next one. Bye for now.